In our world of technological advances, it can be somewhat confusing as to what a tool or device falls under. Is it assistive technology, educational technology, or information technology? Remember that assistive technology is any item, piece of equipment, or product system, whether acquired commercially off the shelf, modified, or customized, that's used to increase, maintain, or improve functional capabilities of a child with a disability. Educational technology is the study and ethical practice of facilitating learning and improving performance by creating, using, and managing appropriate technological processes and resources. And finally, information technology is the technology involving the development, maintenance, and use of computer systems, software, and networks for the processing and distribution of data. So now we have these three kind of wordy definitions, and we get into this conversation of, okay, here, I have a Chromebook. What is it? Is it AT, EdTech, IT? The answer is, yeah, it can be all of them. Previously, our tech tools that we would use tended to be fairly black or white. This is clearly an AT tool. It was purchased from a special catalog and a special vendor. It received different support. It was more complex and involved. And it had a clear use for someone with a disability, someone who's struggling with some function. Or it wasn't. It was just a computer in the classroom. It was one or the other. But now we're in this weird kind of spot where all of our technology we talk about is gray at this point. When we're looking at the technology, we need to think about where its function lies. Think about that Chromebook. That Chromebook is used as a tool to access a network and share email or retrieve data. It is IT. It's in the big circle. If it's used in a classroom setting for all to access curricular materials and activities, then it's an EdTech device. If it's used by a student in order to improve, maintain, or increase functional capabilities, you guessed it, then it becomes an AT device. It could be both at the same time. For that matter, it could be all three at the same time. The student who's using it as an AT tool to access curriculum and also access their network resources is using it as AT, EdTech, and IT. The function of how we're using it starts to define what it is. Another thing to consider is that the type, function, and piece of technology also often determines who's responsible if and when the tool breaks. Because of this, it's a good idea to have a plan of who services which aspects. For example, Wi-Fi is IT, mounting is AT, etc.